Hi guys, welcome back. In last video, we created a virtual machine with Windows operating system image. In this video, we will be discussing about high availability. If you remember, in first video of the series, we discussed about Azure regions. So let's dive deep into that topic. An Azure region is a set of data centers deployed within a latency defined perimeter. It is nothing but the geographical area where the data center resides. So as an example, you can see West India, Central India, South India are the regions. I hope now that you have understood what a region is. Let's understand what an availability zone is. Availability zones are unique physical locations with independent power, network and cooling. So an availability zone is high availability offering from Azure. All availability zones have one or more data centers as shown in the slide, so that the applications can be protected from any data center failure. As shown in the slide, the green is nothing but the region, and this region has three availability zones: AZ1, AZ2, AZ3. Similarly, each availability zone has three data centers: DC1, DC2, DC3. So if you deploy your application in DC1, you have the option to replicate it to DC2 in the same availability zone or DC1 in the across the availability zone. At the time of recording this video, only these regions have availability zones. If you see in Asia Pacific, only these three regions has availability zones. Microsoft has announced some new availability zone, like we will be having an availability zone in Central India soon, but at this time we don't have one. So in Asia Pacific, we have availability zones in Japan East, Southeast Asia, and Australia East. Availability of a service is highly important. Let's take an example of a coffee shop to understand the concept of availability and its importance. Assume that we own a coffee shop and we have a web application for the billing purpose. The web application is hosted on premise. We have a server on which the billing application is hosted. All day, the number of customers we see is normal. One fine day, our marketing team decided to do an advertisement of the coffee shop, and we also launched a website from where we could take orders for wedding and parties. The advertisement is a big hit, and suddenly on the very next day we see large number of people visiting the website as well as the coffee shop. Because of the large number of people showing up, the load on the server that hosts the billing application and website increases, and as a result the server hanged and then crashed. So for this kind of scenario, we require more than one server which can host the applications, so the load can be balanced and the application should be available for the use. To address the issue of availability, Azure has created multiple data centers in a zone. In today's world, no matter what happens, the services must be available. Like we can take an example of OTT platforms. They had the busiest year. All their services were highly consumed, so they couldn't afford any downtime. Similarly, if we talk about an e-commerce site which carry out sale every year, so that at that time the traffic to their websites is high and they want to serve all the requests, so in this case they should be hosting their website or web app on multiple servers. Whenever we are deploying a virtual machine in Azure, Azure is placing the VM in one of its hosts, which is mounted in a rack. So in this case, there's a possibility that the VM we deployed can be failed. Maybe due to the hardware issue on which the VM is deployed, or maybe Microsoft is patching their environment and the host on which the VM is deployed is getting patched. So in that case, we should make sure that we deploy more than one VM. So let's say we deployed 3 virtual machines and Azure placed those virtual machines on 3 different hosts, but the hosts are mounted in the same rack. So if one of the VM fails, we still have 2 VMs that are serving the requests. But what if the connectivity to the rack is failed? We won't be able to reach any of our VM and the application deployed on those VMs won't be accessible. So in this case, we have a feature in Azure known as availability set, which comes to our rescue. Availability set is a feature which helps to deploy multiple related VMs, so the VMs are not subject to a single point of failure, and whenever Microsoft is patching, the application won't be affected. So as you can see in the slide, when you are deploying a group of VMs, the first VM is placed on server 1 in rack 2. Similarly, second VM is placed in server 2 rack 3. Let's see how Azure achieves this. Azure makes sure that whenever we are deploying VMs using availability set, the VMs are placed in different fault domains and update domains. Fault domain can be considered as a rack on-premise. Fault domain is a group of hardware that shares the same hardware component and a single point of failure. So if you are deploying VMs in an availability set, then the first two VMs will be placed in different fault domains. So in case of hardware failure or the connectivity failure, one VM in an availability set will be available. Update domain is a logical group of server which will be updated at the same time. When we are using availability set to deploy the VM, Azure will place the VMs in different update domains so that one VM will be available during the patching.
Now that you have concept in your back pocket, let's see the demo of deploying an availability sets. So let's create an availability sets, and we will be deploying two virtual machines using that availability set. So for creating availability set, let's click on portal menu, all services, or similarly you can search it from here. Let's search for availability set, let's click on it, and let's create one. So after creating an availability set, we will be deploying two virtual machines as I already told. Let's create a new resource group for this demo. So I'll be naming my resource group as AS demo, and I'll be naming my availability set as availability set 01, and I'll be deploying it in Central India. If I can spell it well, Central India. And let's click on review plus create and then create. So the deployment is started, and it is very quick guys. The deployment is already completed. Now let's deploy two virtual machines back to back using this availability set. Okay, so you know how to create a virtual machine. If you don't know, please watch my other videos where I have given you the step-by-step demo for creating Windows virtual machine as well as Linux virtual machine. So for this demo we'll be creating Linux virtual machine, Ubuntu virtual machine. So let's click on the portal menu, create a resource, compute, and then virtual machine. So I'll be deploying one virtual machine. Once I deployed this, I'll be deploying another virtual machine. I'll be placing this virtual machine in the same resource group, and then I'll name it test-cin-web01, and it will be in Central India. And this time we'll be selecting this option, availability option, where I'll be selecting availability set, and there you'll have to select the one that you created. I created availability set 01, so I'll be selecting that, and I'll be having a Linux virtual machine, Ubuntu server. You can select the size that you want. I'll be using a authentication type as password. Let's provide it the username and then password. Make sure you have your choice of ports open. Let's click on review plus create. So it will review everything. If everything is perfect, you can go ahead and create this virtual machine. So let's click on create, Yeah, the deployment is in progress. Once we are on that screen, let's create another virtual machine. Just follow the same steps and create another virtual machine and place that virtual machine in the same availability set. Okay, I'll be using the same resource group, test hyphen cin hyphen web02, Central India, infrastructure redundancy, availability set, same set number, and this time I'll be using the same user ID and the password so that I won't forget. In production you'll be having a domain and you'll be joining this virtual machine eventually to the domain, but this is just for demo purpose, so I'm giving the username and the password and then review plus create. While we are reviewing and create, as you can see, one virtual machine is already deployed. Let's wait for this one to be deployed and then we'll move on to availability set and see what fault domain and update domain they are in. Okay, as you can see the deployment is complete, so let's go to availability set and see what fault domains and update domains the virtual machines are placed in. So you can click on this search bar and you can search for your availability set. I recently visited availability set, that's why it's here in the recent services. So let's click on our availability set and there you can see you have the virtual machine tab. We have two virtual machines and both are deployed, both are the status of both the machines are running, uh, and the number of fault domain and update domain they are placed in. So both the machines are in different fault domain and different update domain. So if Microsoft is patching, let's say fault domain 1, so the host on which this virtual machine is getting patched. So we have our services running from this web01 virtual machine. Similarly, one of the rack fails, we still have one virtual machine running. You can deploy like hundreds of machines in this availability set. So I hope this has been informative for you. Thank you for watching, guys.